Have you ever wondered who Squanto was, or why everyone talks about him? Well, by the time you finish watching this video, you'll know the answer. Agenda. First, we will talk about Squanto's early life and how he was kidnapped. We'll also talk about how he got home. Second of all, we will be talking about life after he got back and how he was an interpreter and trusted the English. Finally, we will be talking about the Pilgrims and how many tribes were afraid of the Pilgrims. We'll also talk about how they got along with the Pilgrims. And last but not least, we will be talking about Thanksgiving. Squanto's early life and how he was kidnapped. One day, John Smith and Thomas Dermer traded with Squanto. Squanto then believed that the English were great trading partners. A few days later, Thomas Hunt kidnapped Squanto. Squanto was told there would be a party on his ship, but there wasn't. And Squanto wasn't the only one who fell for this trick. Squanto was one out of 20 other people who fell for this very same trick. They went from Plymouth on the ship all the way to Spain, and in Spain they were servants. Here is a map that shows where Squanto went. As you can see, that's Plymouth, and there's Spain, where Squanto went because of that trick. Squanto's early life and how he got home again. When Squanto was in Spain, he wanted to learn the language that the Englishmen spoke in, so he did, and he learned English very well. One day, he asked the Friars to help him get back to his home. A Friar is a member of any certain religious orders of men. With the Friars' help, Squanto was able to finally get on a ship. In 1619, Squanto returned home on an exploratory expedition. On the ship, he saw Thomas Dermer, the friend of John Smith, and he was also the English person who Squanto trusted. Did you know that Squanto was asked to convert when he was in Spain? As you can see on this map, here is the route that Squanto took to get from Spain back to his home, Plymouth. Life after he got back and how he was an interpreter. Squanto told the other tribes that the English don't want to fight, they just want to have peace. He also translated everything that the Native Americans said to English and everything that the English said to the Native American language. Since he was translating and both groups understood each other, only wanted peace and no fights, Squanto prevented many wars. Life after he got back and how he trusted the English. Squanto helped Thomas Dermer, who wanted peace. He also told the Native Americans that the English won't hurt them. He taught them many things, such as farming and fishing. And he did all this even after he was captured by the English. Pilgrims and how many tribes were afraid of the Pilgrims. The Pokanoket, also known as the Wampanoag, are suffering from great sickness. Squanto tells Massasoit to make the English your friend so that they can help you. And Massasoit is the leader of the Pokanoket. At first, Massasoit doesn't listen, and then he thinks about it. Pilgrims and how the Native Americans got along with the Pilgrims. Samoset goes to the area that the Pilgrims have started building forts at. He says welcome in English. He is called inside and eats a bit. Samoset then brings Squanto to meet the English, and Squanto brings Massasoit to the Pilgrims. They then agree that they will help each other and not go against each other. Because of this, Squanto goes to the Pilgrims and teaches them survival skills, such as farming, hunting, and fishing. Pilgrims and the very first Thanksgiving. Now it is fall, and the Indians and Pilgrims have a great harvest. They decide that they will have a very big feast and come together as one. They give thanks for everything they have, and we still do the same today. After Thanksgiving, Squanto decides to live as an interpreter and guide for the pilgrims.